Picture this. You place your order, the driver shows up, you go about your business. Now tell me, did you imagine maybe that driver tampered with your food, took a bite out of your pasta? Hey, it's your boy Dre coming at you guys with a brand new YouTube video. If you're new to my channel, and this is your first video of mine that you're seeing, well, welcome. You are welcome here. For those of you who have seen me before, welcome back. Now I want you to picture a scenario for me. Picture this. It's later in the evening, maybe even late at night, might be early in the morning, just depending on the time frame. But you're hungry, you don't want to go into the kitchen and get your leftovers, you don't want to pull out your pots and pans and cook a meal. You're craving something and you want it now. And then you remember, oh, there are apps for that. Apps that you can order food from restaurants and have it delivered to your doorstep, no problem. You open your phone, you pull out one of these apps, DoorDash, UberEats, Postmates, GrubHub, whichever one that you prefer. You pull it out, you're like, this is what I want. You go, you place your order, boom. You wait for the allotted amount of time, the driver shows up, you get your food, you go about your business, continue to binge watch while you're snacking and enjoying your meal. Now tell me, at any point during that process, did you imagine, did it cross your mind that maybe that driver tampered with your food, went ahead and snacked on a couple of fries or took a bite out of your pasta while they were en route to your destination? I'm sure the answer was probably no, because like most of us, you just assumed that your driver wouldn't do that. It's your food, you paid for it. The expectation is that the driver would deliver it to you in the condition that you expect it to be in, and all of your order should be there. But we're finding out that that's not necessarily the case. You see, recently, multiple articles were released, I'm saying within the span of the past 3 to 4 days, revealing that a study has been conducted and that approximately 30% of drivers on these delivery services are tampering and eating people's orders. Now, I'm not saying that they're showing up with nothing to deliver. I'm saying that they're sneaking fries here and there. What's worse is that about 54% of these drivers are tempted. So just imagine how many more people could potentially dip into the pot because they let their temptations get the better of them. See, here's the thing. I don't know about you, but for me, as a consumer, as a customer, I expect that what I pay for is what I get. So I expect that my order, the way I ordered it, is what should arrive, and that all of that order should be encased in my package. No 2, 3, 4, 5 fries missing. No, I took a sip out of your big gulp. No, I took a small smidgen of your dessert or your pasta. I want all of what I paid for, and I want it in the condition that it was in before it got in the driver's car. What can we do to protect ourselves? Well, as I've seen from some of the articles that I've read, there are already supposedly expectations and policies in place in these organizations that drivers should not be tampering with and eating consumers' food. Clearly, as we all now know, that's not necessarily the case. However, I have seen that some apps, some companies are stepping forward and taking action. I know that, I believe it's DoorDash, if you report a suspicion of having your food tampered with, the driver has their account immediately terminated. Now, I don't know if they could ever circumvent that by creating a new account with new credentials or how that would work, but the account that they were using as a delivery driver is immediately terminated. And that's a step in the right direction. Show people that you mean business, you're serious, you shouldn't tamper and eat people's food. And I like that. But I also think that there's more that can be done. Now, I've read that there are suggestions to implement tamper-proof packaging, so doing things like sticker seals. It's very evident when you get your order that someone obviously opened it before you got it. And I mean, that could work, but let's be real. How often are we going to thoroughly inspect our food before we receive it to see the small hairline incision that someone might have made to make it look like the package was never opened, even though it was in fact opened? Snapchat is going off. In theory, it sounds like a great idea, right? I think it sounds like a great idea in theory. But what about in actual application? What about when you put 1 plus 1 together? Will it equal 2 in this scenario? That is where I'm concerned. I find it interesting because it's almost akin to the whole people going into the store and opening mouthwash and ice cream and deodorant and using it and then sealing it and putting it back. That's what I'm like relating it to in my head, and it's disturbing. It's disgusting, and it's kind of irritating that like people think that they can just go in and dig in someone else's food that they didn't pay for. They're just the messenger. They're just the middleman getting the food from the restaurant to that person's home, apartment, office building, but they think that they have the right to go in and dig in and eat some of the food that they themselves didn't pay for, and then they're going to want to turn around and expect a tip, and then they would get upset if they got no tip. I just think that that's really interesting to me. I think it's funny. I think sometimes I don't know if it's something that like it's an absent-minded kind of thing, like, oh, that food smells good, I'm kind of hungry, let me dig into this and like get a little bit to curb my appetite. But I'm confused because as a driver, you're only supposed to drive the food. There's no obligation to eat it, and matter of fact, eating it is the opposite of what you should be doing. You should just be ensuring that you get it to the customer safely and the condition that you got it from the restaurant. Uber and Lyft, you can activate when you're going to be a driver for Uber and Lyft and when you're not going to be. So if drivers can do the same thing and they're not necessarily driving all day, and they can choose, from this hour I'm going to drive, and then after that I'm going to turn my delivery off, so people won't be expecting me to come deliver food, then why aren't you planning in advance to eat prior to that hour, 2 hours, 5 hours of you delivering? But I want to hear from you all. What are your thoughts on this? How do you feel? Does this place fear and doubt and mistrust in your mind in terms of using these services and these apps to order food? Tell me what you guys are thinking and how you're feeling about the situation as it continues to unfold. That is it for this video. I do want to, before I conclude though, say a very special happy birthday to my very own mommy. I love you, Mom. Happy birthday. I know you're going to be celebrating all month, so you all feel free to say happy birthday at any point this month on any of my videos. But happy birthday, Mom. I love you. That is it for this video though. Like I said, feel free to carry on this conversation down below in the comment section, or take it to social media and include me in those conversations. Tag me, send me DMs, hashtag it, whatever you want to do. While you're down there in the comment section, scroll up to the description, and all of those links down there are links to my social media, so that's where you can find me on all the different platforms. I update that, well, now that I'm doing a video each day this month, I update those about as often as I'm updating my YouTube for this month. So check that out, follow me, add me, all of that stuff. I'd love to interact with you guys outside of YouTube. While you're there, go ahead and subscribe down below if you enjoyed this video, you enjoyed my commentary, and you want to stay up to date with what I'm doing. And since you're subscribing, go ahead and click the bell icon. That'll notify you when I post new videos, and since I'm posting every day this month, you're going to want to know when my next video goes up. That is it though. Thank you all so much for watching. I can't wait to see you all in tomorrow's video. And remember, one love, one people, one world. That is a wrap for this video. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.
Cause I want all the smoke, don't provoke, make me flex.